This video introducing singularity and prosperity. This video Ethan multiple of discussing optical computing and discussing non-classical computing, and first discussing the optical computing and impact of the optical computing. Singularity and prosperity. What is optical computing? The speed of computation in middle by two factors: how fast information can move at data transfer, how fast data transfer can process, and data computation currently the used in that electricity, the flow of and electrons, the focused on the how photon can move in the electricity. Optical computing is also called as photonic computing. Firstly, the flow of photons and electrons. The light, more sufficiently the red light, runs at 15,000 nanometers, and currently it is the used in the data transfer and how data communication for long distance. Light used for visible spectrum, and the wavelength of that is 350 to 700 nanometers. This is in a small scale with different colors. The computing speed is the electronic circuit operating on billions on and off space. This induces the light. The wave can also induce the faster speed. This optical computing for future generation is very useful. The body to completely change the computer architecture design. Computer industry more from vacuum tablet to transistor. This is increase the instantly microseconds to nanosecond. Photon can order magnitude again, that is picosecond to femtosecond, 1 crore billion second. This speed can directly transfer. Optical computing is many other process. Classical computing operating serial calculations can perform one after other. The scale data management computing power processors can increase the speed of data transfer. The power through the reflection increases the panoply. On the base computers, the transfer of wavelength on same time, photon or same the power. To increase the computing power, it is much powerful and best management processors and related to the data management. In data computing is also major impact on security. The modern computer can direct travel over the place from storage different level of memory to the cache finally touched by the CPU. It is process the data transfer containing and it is repeat the process again. Data transfer can secure the security as data can transfer. And you can see optical computing have many benefits, like classical computing can come up the various optical computing, highest technology and highest computing integrate. Current computing system, optical computing innovatives. As discussed in previous video, as computing series data transfer one of the power max and terms of the computing performs, optical computing can abroad the data and motion solve the problem. Unfortunately, the long problem solve one after the other and create another one. That's why computing device can modern technology to solve the problem directly. And there is a one of the optalysis. This is can be used and see exactly the optalysis generations have many shapes. Co-processors benefits many sectors, multiple LMS and cameras bonded to a solid glass. Layers light projected through the system as information carried.
This system connected to entire by charge existing by computer setup. Standard test of computer, large high performance of computers. Essentially, it is transform the test on the same in PC system. Existing PC computer future system computer can form it does this by taking mathematical process is the computer in optical ways. Beyond optical computation device in other area use instructions by currently is memory mostly sufficiently optical RAM data computing in motion access the data would most significantly and the memory would optically used in that the join by various ways. Optical is 30 times faster than SRAM of the CPU cache and 1000 times faster than DRAM. The memory is in the picoseconds. The speed of the memory is faster and power of the consumption is less than 50%. The memory is in the CPU, GPU and heterogeneous memory and architecture we should discuss in previous video. Optical computing can rest on the electron and photonic device. For example, transistor, photons and computing more powerful optical can make more easily. Amazing! This is very low cost, low energy and high performance computing device to very useful for future generation. So, the photonic data transformation can transfer 1.2 terabit per second and transfer 1000 times faster. In fact, even existing this 50 kilometer transfer 200 gigabytes per second and distance of 1000 kilometers. This is the improvement in the optical computing. The processing device also used in it. Silicon photonic used for this terabit can be packing the wire in board. If the scope of optical computing is fiber internet, photonic wiring and photonic computing. Computing is the speed of light in 1960 is very low. 1000 time generation there is a no like this computer system. After this is invention, optical computing is essential to all peoples. All people can aware of the optical computing. Optical computing is very useful to use. Conclusion: optical technology promises massive upgrades in the efficiency and speed of computer as well as parallel communication, and it performs digital computation. Thank you for watching this video.